Welcome to Divine Hand for another soulful, insightful, spiritual message. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't, collective. So I pre-pulled some oracle and some tarot to go with them. And with that being said, let's dive in. So the first card reads, you are not responsible for other people's feelings, okay? And I pulled the temperance card with it, okay? And so the temperance card is upright. It just speaks of balance, right? Emotional regulation, patience, and healthy, integration of your emotions. Okay. So the temperance card, it teaches you that self mastery, not emotional over extension. Okay. You are responsible for your inner balance, okay? Not to just fix, things or soothe people or carry someone else's emotional state, okay? Um so what I'm getting is you can be compassionate and understanding without absorbing another person's mood triggers or their wounds, okay? And so the oracle card, you are not responsible for other people's feelings, right? Or others' feelings, emotions. This just speaks of you can have empathy, but it doesn't equal responsibility, okay? So the temperance card just, teaches you to learn healthy emotional boundaries, right? Be present without being self-sacrificing, okay? So the initial thing here with the combination of the two is like stop people pleasing is what I'm getting, right? Or trying to rescue people emotionally, okay? Release the guilt of for how people may feel when it comes to you choosing your peace, okay? Allow others to manage their own healing and reactions, because the temperance card speaks of that healing, okay? This is fire energy, okay? Any fire sign, right? Aries, Leo, Sag, okay? So the bottom line is like remain centered. Do not over pour your cup to fill someone else's, okay? So the next card reads, our souls agreed before time began. And what I pulled was the Hierophant card. So this is someone or collective you are maybe in a higher level of commitment, okay? And the Hierophant upright, it speaks of sacred contracts, right? Divine order, spiritual law, and soul agreement, soul contracts, okay? So this is like, this is a connection guided by higher wisdom rather than impulse or chaos, okay? So the Hierophant is just representing those vows made at a soul level, okay? So this isn't just a romantic or attraction that you may have with someone. It's a contract rooted in spiritual tradition, okay? This is destiny and lessons upon that came before this particular lifetime, okay? So this suggests that the connection, right? Whether you're married or not, it may be karmic or it could be a soul agreement, okay? So this Hierophant is confirming that, the soul agreement, came before this lifetime, okay? Um, so it was sanctified by higher guides, higher authorities, okay? Teachers, maybe your ancestors or divine law, okay? So this emphasizes purpose over passion, okay? This soul agreement exists to teach you and to awaken you, okay? Often through commitments, commit often through commitments, okay? And it's teaching you commitment, it's teaching you patience and moral growth is what I'm getting here, okay? So it's like, these lessons come um about commit, they come with lessons. These commitments come with lessons about commitment, right? About committing yourself to someone or something, right? It's about loyalty, being loyal to yourself, okay? And then you'll be able to initiate that, on anything else, right? That can be a relationship or otherwise, okay? And then the spiritual maturity, becoming mature spiritually, okay? And so this pushes you to grow, okay? Within this structure, okay? It could be a religion, it could be, spiritual, it could be, some higher authorities as well, as I said before. And so, it makes you grow within structure rather than chaos, okay? So it's like, this is saying, the connection that you're in right now, collective, is what I'm getting, is not accidental, okay? um this is a part of a soul contract, okay? Not just a romantic storyline is what I'm getting here, okay? So this lesson is sacred, and it's for a purpose, okay? A higher purpose is what I'm getting, okay? So the last card I pulled was Love Honors Your Boundaries, okay? And I pulled the Five of Swords for this, okay? And so the Five of Swords speaks of like conflict, maybe power struggles, winning at all costs, right? Someone not respecting your boundaries, okay? And the Five of Swords, shows situations where someone prioritizes being right, or controlling the narrative, or protecting their ego over emotional respect, or over respecting your emotions is what I'm getting, okay? So this is not love, okay? When someone acts in this way, okay? um it's it's when boundaries are crossed through manipulation, emotional warfare, gaslighting, or like when a person say "I win, you lose" dynamic. Okay, this is not love. Okay, so this, love honors your boundaries is a lesson about true love, and it does not require you to sacrifice your peace, okay, or endure psychological conflict to keep the connection, okay? This indicates a past or present dynamic, okay? So this is past or present energy is what I'm getting here, okay? Um you guys may have had some arguments that drained you, okay, rather than resolved, okay? If that's the problem, if that's an issue, then this may be just a karmic contract and not love. Think someone needs to hear this, okay? You may be pressured. This person may pressure you to give in to avoid conflict, or someone treats emotional connections as a contest, okay? So if you have someone in your energy like that, collective, that's not love. This is this is a karmic contract, okay? It's a contract nonetheless, but it's karmic. It's just meant to teach you lessons. It's not going to last forever, okay? All right. So then I pulled the Two of Pentacles with this read, and this is more about honoring, love, love that honors your boundaries, okay? And it's basically saying, like, why boundaries are necessary and what happens when they are ignored, okay? People start juggling you, right? It becomes an imbalance, right? It becomes a emotional multitasking tasking type of thing, okay? I'm sorry. So in love, this often shows up when someone tries to manage too much at once, right? People, priorities, emotions, or commitments, okay? So the next card I pulled was the Three of Swords, and this is representing that heartbreak, right? That emotional pain, that betrayal, and that truth that hurts, okay? And so this pain is often related to emotional negligence, dishonesty, or division, you know, or division, okay? Um, or divided attention, okay? Like someone just juggling you. So someone may have been juggling you, collective. So together, this is just saying that juggling energy leads to heartbreak. Okay, so with that being said, thank you for listening, and I'll catch you on the next one.